So I really want to start talking about the feminine energy. So hold up, guys. You don't have to turn the podcast off. We're not talking about just girls. We're talking about masculine energy and feminine energy. It could be in...
Which has nothing to do with being feminine or being masculine. It's
or being male, female, or other. Female.
Everyone has masculine and feminine. So the way I like to see it is I call it hustle and flow, right? So we all need both to balance it out. So we need to hustle, right, to get things done.
And that's everybody, guys and girls.
Men and women. And then, but we also need a state of flow, a state of where we feel like what we're doing, we're in ease, we're getting our work done, and it feels good, and we're allowing things to flow in our life. We both need that. However, women tend to need a lot more flow in life than they do hustle, even though we do need both of those things. And that's a lesson that it took me a very long time to learn.
So women need flow, but are they flowing? Are they? Do they?
Women?
We need it, but are we in that state?
I wasn't.
How often are we?
For a long time, I wasn't. I was a complete masculine energy hustling. It was a 24-hour hustle. And I was so tired and I was so burned out. And I didn't understand why, I couldn't just push through and get things done all the time, 24/7, like at the time my husband could. Until I learned about this, hustle and flow energy and how more feminine women need to be in more flow state. And so when it comes to money, one thing I didn't know or understand was that the feminine energy is what allows you to receive money, right? The energy of receiving is the energy, the feminine energy, the flow. And so I was always in hustle. I didn't even know how to receive. I couldn't even receive a compliment from somebody, right?
I have a problem with that.
And so, gifts, if a friend wanted to pay for something, I would be like, no, you don't have to. Like, I just wasn't a good receiver. And so one of the biggest lessons, one of the biggest breakthroughs for me with money was learning how to receive. That is the one thing that really, and I'm still working on that, right? Because still,
it's a process.
For women, we feel bad when someone gives us something or offers us something.
The guilt kills us.
Like, oh, you paid for my meal. No, you don't have to. No, receive it. Thank you so much. Because also when someone does something like that out of they genuinely want to pay for your meal, let's say, don't rob them of the joy of giving you something, right? Because if they're giving, they want to give.
Right.
So I've really had to hone in on that and work a lot on myself and just allow myself to receive compliments, gift graciously and be in gratitude for those things.
So, it took therapy for me to learn about that.
Same. Therapy and lots of coaching.
My therapist said to me, he said, I can so see that you're not a good receiver, but let me explain something to you. He said to me, do you know the robbing thing, right? Mm-hmm. He said, think about it. When you're giving somebody something, you feel good. You're robbing them from their energy of feeling good.
And when you give someone a gift, you want them to be like, oh my God, I love it. Thank you so much. This is perfect. It's exactly what I wanted. But instead, if you're like, oh no, I can't take this. Please take it back. Like, nobody wants to feel that when you're giving a gift to somebody.